Ethan Gray had always believed that music could heal. After losing his mother to cancer at 19, he had turned to the piano for comfort. The notes became his language of survival, and years later, he became a music teacher at a small-town school in Vermont. One Monday morning, Ethan noticed a new face in his class. Clara Bennett sat in the corner, sketching softly on a pad. Her eyes were bright, observant, yet something was missing. "Excuse me," Ethan said after class, "you didn't join the chorus exercise today." She looked up and handed him a piece of paper. "I'm deaf," it read, followed by a tiny drawing of a music note with a question mark. He paused. "You want to understand music?" She nodded. And that was the start. Every afternoon, Clara stayed behind after class. Ethan taught her not by sound, but by vibrations. He placed her hand on the grand piano as he played. Her eyes lit up as she felt each note. He showed her how to read music, how to recognize tempo by heartbeat, and how rhythm was simply a silent pattern of life. Clara, in return, taught him silence, not the empty kind, but the kind filled with imagination. She would draw her music, turning sounds into colors and emotions. Her sketchbook became a canvas of waves, shapes, and bursts of light. Weeks turned into months. Clara's confidence grew. She smiled more, shared more. Ethan's wife, Olivia, often packed him extra lunches for the student and supported his effort to reach Clara. But small towns talk. "She's too close to the teacher. He stays with her after class every day. Where are her parents?" Principal Harris called Ethan into the office. "You need to stop the one-on-one sessions," he said. "But she's learning. She's expressing music in her own way. It's against protocol." Ethan walked out, furious. That night, he told Clara the sessions had to end. She didn't cry. She simply wrote thank you and handed him her final drawing, a piano floating in space, silent, alone. A few days later, Ethan noticed Clara hadn't been to school. He assumed she was upset. He wanted to visit, but the principal had warned him against any further involvement. On Friday evening, he came home to find Olivia pale, holding her phone. "It's Clara," she said. She jumped off the old river bridge. The world stopped. They found her sketchbook beside her on the bridge. On the final page, a drawing of a girl standing in silence, her hand reaching toward a piano floating above water. In the corner, a note in shaky handwriting, "The world doesn't hear me. But you did." The funeral was quiet. Her parents, who had never visited the school, sat numb. Ethan placed her sketchbook near her coffin. He didn't speak. He couldn't. Principal Harris avoided his eyes. Back home, Olivia hugged him tighter than ever. "You tried," she whispered. But Ethan didn't believe that was enough. Months passed. Ethan quit his job. He couldn't bear walking into a room where Clara's presence once existed. Then one day, Olivia returned from work with a sealed envelope. It was in Clara's locker. They just found it during clean-out. Inside was a CD, labeled My Music. And a note. "Mr. Gray, this is the world as I feel it. Maybe one day, someone will hear what I could not." Ethan played the CD. It was a series of vibrations, environmental sounds, and rhythmic tapping, her version of music. It was haunting, beautiful, and heartbreaking. He uploaded it to a small audio blog, sharing her story anonymously. Within weeks, it went viral. A national foundation reached out. They wanted to fund music education for deaf students. Inspired by The Girl Who Heard with Her Heart, Ethan agreed, but only if her name was part of it. The Clara Bennett Silent Harmony Fund was born. Every year, young deaf artists submit work, songs, drawings, tactile instruments, all to honor the girl who once asked, "Can I understand music?" Ethan still plays the piano every night. He no longer plays for escape, but to remember. And in the vibrations of every note, he still feels the touch of her hand.